The great American general George S. Patton once said, "Compared to war, all other forms of human endeavor pale in comparison." And I would say second to war is the building of bridges. And that's what we're going to do today. So that looks a little different right there, before and after. The only problem we have is that this is a drainage right here. And although it's dry right now, it won't be come fall, winter, and springtime. We have a reasonably large creek that runs through here. This being the trail coming right through, we don't want Mrs. Wranglerstar having soggy britches or soggy feet. So we need to do something about that. So I'm going to see if I can't, using primitive tools and just what was left behind by the loggers of the apocalypse, to see if I can't build a bridge using an axe and my wits. Right, so as we walk down the trail, we come to the soggy portion, or the future soggy portion. We need to bridge this gap. So I've been eyeballing up here a couple of, look at the waste, it makes me so angry to see. Why would someone cut down these trees? They're strewn all over the place, and just to leave them lay. Just so irresponsible, just aggravating. But we're going to make something out of them. We're going to take this log down here, and it's got a sister right over there, about the same size, and we need to get them down here. They're long and heavy, and the trick is going to be how to get them down there. How can we get this down there using primitive hand tools without the assistance of winches or heavy equipment? I know just the thing. Do you know what this is? This is a find. That's what I call a find. I have always been a huge advocate for garage sales. I love to stop by garage sales. I'm on autopilot when I go by one, looking for just this sort of thing. See the price on there? $25. This is the nicest come-along you'll ever find. A lug-all, all aluminum cast. This is a proper come-along. Not like those cheap punch deal ones that we've all had to suffer with. This is a real one. Look at the snatch block on it there, built in. You can double the power by having that. Lightweight, long handle. I mean, this is aerospace quality. Look at that. Look at that. Nice, perfect at $25. Just think what you can do with this. So, I could easily hook up my worn electrical winch and get those logs down there, but I sometimes sense a little frustration from guys that maybe can't justify buying a winch, but they still want to do some heavy-duty work. And one guy, one of the subscribers, I'm sorry I forgot his name, I'll mention it in a future video, asked if I could do some videos and maybe title them Wranglerstar Light. They're geared towards guys that maybe live in the city that just really don't need to buy all this heavy-duty stuff and some of the things I share. They'd like to see maybe some projects that would be more appropriate for more of an urban lifestyle. And I thought, that's a great idea. I haven't figured out exactly how to incorporate that in there yet. But we'll start a little bit today. A come-along is something that anyone can buy. You could buy it used at garage sale. This here will pull 3,000 pounds. So that should be more than enough to get our logs skidded down. So let's see if it can be done. Let's see if we can build a bridge with a come-along and an axe. When arranging all my tools for today's project, I tried to stick with everything. We're going to use hand tools without any electricity. Please grant me the grace to use my chainsaw. I am going to use that today, but everything could be done with a handsaw, but I'll do that to expedite. So first thing we need to do is to measure the length of our bridge, go determine that, so we aren't skidding logs any longer than they need to be. So just trying to determine how long the bridge needs to be here. I can kind of see from the rocks and the soil of which part of it gets saturated. It looks to me that if we had 20 foot, if we could put a 20-foot bridge in here, I think we would be in really good shape. So here's what we need to do. We need to take this log, which is probably about 30 feet long, down there. and the swale. We're going to have to use our heads here and make sure we don't get ourselves in a knot or tied up where we can't get through or weave through those trees. So first thing I'm going to do is hook up a choker, and then we'll get the come along set up, and we'll pull and see if we can't pull this down out there and pull it into position. I'm going to use a little short choker. Choker is just this little short piece of cable I had made up with eyes on it that's got a sliding hook. And those are typically used because they don't come tight. You can get them loose real easy once you pull them. If you don't have something like that, that doesn't matter. You don't need it. Just get yourself a chain. That'll work. But this will pull tight here. And we'll see if we can't get this thing yarded out. I got this cable spooled out. I don't think this has ever been used. The cable's never been unwound out more than 10 feet or so. You can see the polish still on the drum. So I've got everything hooked up, and let's see what we can do with this little gem. So with our first of our bridge joists in place, let's go over and yard the second one out. Here's our second bridge joist. Really fortunate that both of these are almost identical in size. A PV is really nice for things like this because you can use it for leverage to get it up off the ground and get your choker underneath of it. Now, all this can be done without really abusing your body, hurting yourself or your back, by using your head and using leverage, using your tools, and expending as little energy as possible. It's going to be a long day. So as you've probably already noticed, one of these trees had bark on it, one didn't. We don't want to leave the bark on there. The bark is a real invitation for bugs. They'll come in and it really precipitates the breakdown of the material, so we want to get that off. A couple ways we can do that. This should come off relatively easy because this timber's been down, and kind of like as the wood dries and checks and shrinks, that bark kind of pulls away a little bit. One of the best ways is to use a draw knife. Here's my old draw knife there. You can see that's a good way to do it. But what I'm going to try, something a little bit different today, is I've got this Husqvarna. It's a carpenter's axe. And I have used it a little bit, but I haven't really warmed up to it too much because I think maybe the jobs that I've been trying to do with it. You can see that it's got a straight cut edge on it, where a traditional, more of a woodsman's axe has a round edge like my Grand Force Brooks axe here. I'm very partial to this axe since my best companion, and I'm loath to use anything else because I just like it so much. But this particular work, bridge building and this type of log construction, is what this is supposed to be designed for, and good for notching and hacking and all those things. So I'm gonna very reluctantly set my good friend aside here and let the carpenter's axe warm my sheath today. We'll see how it goes. So this is a Doug fir that we're working with here. You can see that the bark is gonna come off actually pretty easy, but it's still on there for sure. My initial thoughts with this axe is it's heavy. It's really heavy. I don't necessarily know if I need that much weight. But you know what? We just need to use it. Give it a good going over today, and then after we spend a few hours with it, then we can make a better judgment if this is the right tool for the job. You know what? I can confidently say that this is not the tool for the job. The axe is simply, it's just too heavy. I've always had that concern about it, that it was too heavy. But we'll bring it back for the notching and see if maybe that extra weight is, that's advantageous. So the draw knife is, oh yeah, that's the tool for the job right there, the draw knife. Look at that, that's money. That's pure vanilla right there. Actually, I was not enjoying using that axe. This is much more fun. Spark's coming off real good. Let me get that off there. This isn't going to last forever, this bridge, but you know, that wood is just going to waste sitting up there, and I could cut it up for firewood, but I thought, well, they're so straight and so nice that maybe we could build something out of them. Maybe we can use this for a cool bridge. So that's what we're gonna do here. Some tough old bark. Yeah, once you get a big chunk knocked off there, you can get under it with the draw knife. If this type of work looks like something you'd like to do, or looks like something you'd like to learn or be involved with, there's a couple of opportunities. There's ways you can do it to get paid. For you young guys, if you're looking for a summer job that will teach you a lot and be an experience you never forget, you can contact your local Forest Service department, Forest Service, Ranger Station, and get in contact with a trail boss. It'll get you, you can get hired and get paid for the summer working on trail crews, where you go out and work on the trails in the national forests, and it's tough work. If you're not willing to work hard and really sacrifice and be out, spend the night out in the woods, then don't waste their time. But if you think you would, that's a great experience. Also, there's a lot of local mountain bike clubs that are always looking for volunteers to build trails. They're building some really neat stuff now. It's really taken the country by storm. And so just search for a local mountain bike club, and they will usually supply you with the tools and food, and it's quite a fun experience. Meet some friends and might even get involved in mountain biking, which I think is probably one of the best sports a family can get into. It's affordable, and once you make the investment of the bike and a little bit of gear, it really doesn't cost you very much to go. It's such great exercise. So, a couple options. I'm sure there's more out there. I let that video go as long as I could. 14 minutes? Man, that is long for me. I can't go more than 15 minutes. I've got so much more to share, but it's gonna have to be a part 2. Useless. Miss Pants, you are useless. Useless dog. Actually, not useless. Mrs. Wranglerstar went for a run today. Guess what she ran into? A cougar. And Miss Pants, or Lucy, chased it off. It was so close that Mrs. W had her gun out. So, scary. I know. I don't like it, but no one's going to stop her from running. I do like the results of it, though. So, you're not going to want to miss part 2. Part 2 is interesting. This is a new type of bridge, probably not one you've ever seen before, because I think I just made it up. good or bad, it is what it is. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the thumbs up if you enjoy this, and that's it. I've got to get ready. I'm getting ready at the Bible study tonight. This will go up tomorrow, so it would have been the night before. You missed that, but you can always reach the Bible or join us for the Bible studies, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time on Google Plus Hangout. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video.